Good evening, everybody. So I want to talk a bit about ibuprofen and COVID. Joan Smart, you asked about that because it's been going around the internet that ibuprofen will make COVID worse. Other name for ibuprofen is Advil, commonly. So first let me say that this is based on very, very shaky, just some anecdotal reports that flew around social media. And the short story is, this is at best theoretical. When people looked for the source of data for this, it was really just informal, a handful of case reports. All the major public health agencies that have looked at this have, like WHO, Health Canada, European and UK public health agencies, have all said there's certainly not enough evidence for them to recommend against using ibuprofen in COVID. So what do you do with that in terms of practical terms? Well, you have a few choices. If you want to be very cautious, you could use Tylenol instead, otherwise known as acetaminophen or paracetamol in Europe. This is assuming that for you that Tylenol is safe. If you have liver problems or other things that are medications, say they're hard on your liver, then Tylenol is not a great choice. But assuming that Tylenol is safe for you, you could use that instead if you have fever or pain associated with COVID, or you're worried that you have COVID, or that you know you have COVID. The other option you have is take nothing if you have fever and pain. And fever can help, in many cases, slow viral replication. Generally speaking, viruses in general, that is, not that we've necessarily done research on that with coronavirus. But to some extent, that's your body's immune system raising core body temperature, which can help slow the viral replication. So you don't need to take anything necessarily. The third option, given the complete lack of any reasonable evidence that ibuprofen is harmful in COVID, I think it's also reasonable for you to take the lowest effective dose for you. And again, you need to be aware of the usual side effects of all these medications. With anti-inflammatories like ibuprofen, or others like, another common one is Aleve or naproxen. There are quite a few in this family of anti-inflammatory medications, otherwise known as NSAIDs, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs. You want to be aware of any ulcers that you might have, stomach ulcers. That's not a good choice in that case. Also kidney issues, kidney failure, or a lot of cardiac issues. You also want to be very careful. But again, barring all that, it's reasonable, I think, to take ibuprofen unless you want to be ultra cautious. So the fourth group of people are people that are already on anti-inflammatory medications like ibuprofen, in the same family as ibuprofen, who are on them for other reasons, maybe arthritis or other chronic pain conditions, under the supervision of a physician. I would say to you, there's no reason for you to stop taking these medications if you're on them for other reasons. And again, none of this is a substitute for individual medical advice. You must tailor the situation under medical supervision for your particular situation. But certainly these few informal anecdotal reports that are flying around the internet about ibuprofen and COVID, those who are already on these medications, ibuprofen or other meds in that category, it's no reason to stop. So I thought a fireside chat about ibuprofen was apropos, since fire is a great metaphor for inflammation, and these are anti-inflammatory drugs. Again, we stay posted. I talked to a rheumatologist, a joint specialist. They use a lot of anti-inflammatories just a couple of days ago, and they had a meeting with all the rheumatologists in his clinic or hospital, and they basically said it's inconclusive what to do about ibuprofen. So that's my take on it. Once again, be sure that you get personalized medical advice from your own physician on this. Joan, you also asked about what about topical anti-inflammatories, things like the Voltaren gel, diclofenac gel. Same principle here. It's probably even safer. We don't know exactly how much gets absorbed into the body when you put that those topical things on your skin, but almost certainly it's going to have even less effect than taking pills. So I wouldn't be too concerned about using it topically unless you're smearing huge amounts of it on a massive area of your body, in which case you're going to, of course, absorb more into your body. So same principle there. All right, everyone, I hope that helps, and stay safe and well. Good evening.